Have you ever wanted to spend an entire session, like 4 hours, thoroughly describing the intense process of crafting a magic item, only to later find that exact same magic item for sale in the discount bin of a magic shop at the very next game? Cool, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about how to craft and create magic items in D&D. So, let's get to it. First, before we can talk about making magic items, we have to talk about how to make non-magic items. So, as specified in Xanathar's guide, you can make a whole bunch of things if you have certain tool proficiencies, as well as actually possessing the tools, as well as a lot of time and money. With the Herbalist's Kit, you can make both antitoxins and potions of healing. Weaver's tools let you make basic clothes and robes. Leatherworker's tools let you make leather armor and boots. And Smith's tools allow you to craft metal weapons and armor. The DM is the one who determines how many people can help make something and thusly reduce the time it takes to make that thing. Obviously, all characters need the tool proficiency necessary to make the item in order to contribute to its creation. On the other hand, how much those things cost is going to be fixed. No amount of extra hands can make armor take less material, unless you're okay with using assless chaps on the battlefield. Crafting items costs half the amount that they're worth in the book, in the player's handbook, or whatever book you're getting them from. The materials can be varied or rare, but their total cost is going to be 50% of the face value of the item. And a rough estimate for how long something should take to craft is that for one person, an item should take 1 work week per 50 gold that the item is worth, not how much it costs for you to make it. So a 50 gold item costs you 25 gold and takes 1 week. If an item costs less than 50 gold, it will logically take less than 1 week. Magic items, on the other hand, are a lot harder to make. So first, scrolls, much like potions of healing, are given different rules to all of the magic items. If you want to see how to create potions, click up here to see last week's video all about potion brewing. But now, scrolls. To create a scroll, a character must know the spell. Pretty obvious. They also must be able to cast that spell, and there's a distinction because, they have to have the slots to do so and not just know it, which means that a level 1 human who took the Fey Touched feat cannot make scrolls of Misty Step, nor can a commoner who found a Ring of Regeneration. A character must spend a certain amount of time and money on materials to create scrolls. They are ordained as follows. For a cantrip or level 1 spell, a character needs to spend 20 hours and 25 gold writing their scroll. For a level 2 or 3, it's 40 hours and 100. For a level 4 or 5, it takes 5 work weeks and 1,000 gold. For a level 6 through 8, it costs 12.5 work weeks and 10,000 gold. And lastly, for a level 9 scroll, it takes 25 work weeks and costs 50,000 gold. For other magic items, there are general rules. These should be refined by you and your DM when you decide what you're making. All creations begin with a formula, a specific recipe to follow to create the item. And to use this formula, the person making the item needs to be proficient with a relevant tool, have extensive knowledge of magic as denoted by proficiency or expertise in Arcana, or at the very least, have interacted with a similar item before to help guide the process through, vibes, Items inevitably need at least one rare ingredient, such as a manticore's eye or a succubi's heart. These items should be sort of significant and related to what your creation will eventually be, such as is recommended in Xanathar's guide. A set of mariner's armor might need essence of a water weird or something similar. Finding this ingredient should be an adventure in and of itself, something that makes the item's creation more meaningful, and there is a table that recommends the challenge rating for which ingredient comes from to make an item based on its rarity. Here is that table. You also could instead require the help of an extraplanar entity, such as an Arcanoloth or a Lich, to create certain items. These should of course be of higher rarities and much stronger to require such a commitment to make them, although it is very entertaining as a DM to simply say, oh yeah, you can create that, but you're gonna have to go up the hill and talk with him. Now, for other costs, these will of course be offset by the gathering of materials and supplemented by the rare ingredients they all need, but these are the rules. On a whole, common items take a week and cost 50 gold. Uncommon items take 2 weeks and cost 200. Rare, 10 and 2,000. Very rare, 25 and 20,000. And legendary take 50 weeks and cost 100,000 gold to create. Now that's all well and good, but we can't have things that nice, can we? When making magic item crafting rules, they of course had to implement complication rules as well, because if you could make unlimited magic items without fail instead of adventuring, why wouldn't you? Most complications that you will run across fall around the gathering of materials. However, there are a few others that you can run into as detailed in this table. Every 5 weeks a character spends working on an item, roll a d10. On a 1, an effect on this table activates as determined by, as you can see, a d6. So for items that take less than 5 weeks, you do need to roll once, but you only roll once. So now that you know how to make items, what should you make? Spell scrolls of cantrips to level 2 or 3 spells are never a bad idea. Neither are healing potions or other uncommon potions similar to them. However, those are both lame. I'm talking about really unique items, things that would be really useful and give you extra characteral abilities. Those that you need to make for yourself. I'm gonna be honest, a player character will never make an item rarer than rare themselves, because who's got 25 weeks plus to spend on making a trinket? Or the gold to buy one? But 10 weeks, that's them taking the holidays off from adventuring. And 2,000 gold, they can manage that, they would get that in a single night. So for common all the way up to rare items, here's some rough ideas. Amulet of Health, rare. Bag of Holding, uncommon. Boots of Elven Kind, uncommon. Broom of Flying, uncommon. Bracers of Defense, rare. Cloak of Protection, uncommon. Kyogtom's Ointment, uncommon. Necklace of Adaptation, uncommon. Pearl of Power, uncommon. Periapt of Wound Closure, uncommon. Robe of Useful Items, uncommon. Sending Stones, uncommon. Slippers of Spider Climbing, uncommon. Wand of Magic Missiles, uncommon. +1 weapons, ammo, and armor, all good options for uncommon or rare. And lastly, winged boots, uncommon. Thank you all for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something about creating magic items in D&D. I know that I did making this video. If you think that I missed anything, please be sure to leave it down in the comments below and I'll try to address it in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe otherwise, and if you like what we do here, please consider going and supporting us over on Patreon. We do lots of great stuff over there. So yeah, guys. See you next time. Bye.